It's interesting when you're diagnosed, you, people don't know how to act, and so they don't reach out. So I've had a lot of time. I'm not complaining about it because it has given me a lot of time. Initially, I'm like, how does my best friend never call me? Like, it's weird. Uh, but the truth is, people just don't know how to act, which you could get frustrated by it, or you could use the opportunity to have more time for yourself. And I've had a tremendous amount of time to myself because even though I have a massive network, um, at the beginning, there's a lot of activity, and then people start calling you once a month, and then 3 months goes by, you don't hear from anybody.
Hmm.
And it's very interesting how humans work.
What advice would you give to friends who don't know how to act? What is it that you need and what is it that you would want or that you think other people in your situation would need and want?
It's a very easy question for me to answer. When you and your spouse have stage 4 cancer, you have to just take this analogy. You're in the middle of the ocean, there's a storm pelting you, and there's waves coming from the other side, and you're drowning. That's the only thing I can equate it to. And there's people coming above on a helicopter yelling down every day, "Hey, is there anything you need?" And you're looking up at them, you're just trying to breathe, and you're like, "Ah." So asking people that are drowning if they need anything, and I've had people say they're offended when I say this, it's just not the right question. The thing is just put yourself in their shoes and just do stuff.
Hmm.
If you think they need money, give them money. If you think they need to go to the movies, take them to the movies. If you think they need uh, an hour playing cards with you with no cell phone around, go to their house, do that, cook them dinner, write them a long letter. But asking, and I'm not kidding, I've been asked this over 1,000 times, is there anything you need? What it feels like, in all honesty, is they're dumping on you. Like, now I've got to figure out, should I ask them for money? Should I ask them to cook me dinner tomorrow? Should I ask them to take my kids? Should I ask them to buy me clothes because I lost 70 pounds and nothing fits? I don't know I don't know how to answer it. So I go, that's an impossible question for me to answer, and I apologize.
Yeah.
And that's been my standard response. Now, what's interesting is the people closest to me have faded away, but it's the second and third and fourth uh, removed that have just gone so far above and beyond. Um, it's weird that you get these long letters from people, you get checks in the mail, you get dinner for, I'm buying you dinner for the next week. I had a friend drop everything to take me to another country for treatment and paid for everything. He's like, you're not allowed to pay for anything. So, but there's second and third and fourth removed, but the people closest, it's a very strange thing. And I've talked to people in my situation about it, and you can't figure it out. And I think it's just they're paralyzed. They don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the advice you're asking the question. The advice is, don't ask somebody, is there anything I could do for you? Because they don't know how to answer it.
And you don't look at it as an intrusion if someone just pops over to your house, drops off a meal, or gives you a gift card or says hi. You know, you, I tend to think, and especially doing this work over the last 6 months and then having some subsequent friends being diagnosed, you tend to think kind of like what you said. There's a hurricane going on in my life, and one must ask themselves the question, am I going to add to that hurricane if I go try and approach Rick and get involved in his life, or am I going to actually make things better?
So to answer the question, you don't know how to feel. I don't know if it was really a question or a comment, but thinking out loud, I would try to think of things that aren't that intrusive, but will create value in their life. But one, it's funny, a family member just decided to come to the house and stay over, and then complain that we didn't spend enough time with them. So if you are going to come to their house, make sure you're coming as a caregiver and not to be entertained. And I do think people don't realize that. Like, I want to spend time with you. Well, I'm doing 7 hours of treatment a day. If you want to spend time with me, just, I guess, drive me to my treatments and sit in the waiting room. Like, it's that bizarro.
Hmm.
But visiting when two parents have stage 4 cancer, that's I just don't know how they would envision that would go well.
Yeah.
Again, unless their mindset is caregiver.